Some choices leave scars that never fade. I am living proof of that. My name is Isabel. I'm 32 years old. For weeks now, I've been carrying a question that haunts me every night. What do you do when the person you hurt most acts like you no longer exist? I never imagined I'd become the woman who shattered the best part of her life over something so shallow. Yet here I am, alone in a dingy studio apartment, surrounded by silence, with nothing echoing back at me but regret. 6 years ago, everything looked different. That was when I met Nathan. Being with him felt effortless, like the universe had aligned in our favor. Within months, we moved in together, and by our second year, we had bought a small, charming house in a quiet suburb. To everyone around us, we seemed perfect, and for a long time, I believed it too. Nathan was steady, gentle, endlessly thoughtful. He brought me coffee just the way I liked it, massaged my tired feet after long days, and never rolled his eyes at my obsession with mindless TV. He made me feel safe, cared for, and grounded. But safety slowly became sameness. For years our days blurred into a dull routine. Work, dinner, television, sleep, repeat. The spark that once felt unstoppable had dimmed. He texted less, came home later, and when he was present, his eyes no longer lingered on me the way they used to. Instead of being honest, I let others' voices seep in. My friend Kira whispered during nights out that I was too young to settle for boredom. Lana, who treated marriage like a changeable outfit, told me if Nathan wasn't making me feel desired, someone else would, and then someone else did. Dylan appeared at my office like a whirlwind in a tailored suit. He carried confidence, charm, and a smile that made everyone lean in, but it was me made feel like the only person in the room. At first, it was harmless small talk and jokes. Then came texts, work-related at first, but they soon shifted to music, weekend plans, and personal stories I hadn't shared with Nathan in years. He listened, laughed, noticed me, and I craved it. I wanted to feel desired again. It built until one night, after a work happy hour, we kissed in his car. I went home sick with guilt, yet alive in a way I hadn't felt for years, as if I had woken from a long sleep. Guilt became easier to excuse each time I lingered at the office or shared wine with Dylan instead of going home. Nathan was distant, I told myself. He had stopped trying. Then I crossed a line I could never uncross. One evening, when Nathan said he'd be working late, I let Dylan into our home, into our bedroom, the very place where Nathan had once promised me forever. What happened there wasn't love. It was selfishness disguised as excitement, fragile ego bathed in dim light and red wine. Part of me even wanted Nathan to discover it, as if that revelation would force him to fight for me. But he didn't. He walked away. That night, Nathan came home earlier than I expected. Dylan had already left. I scrambled to erase the evidence, wiping glasses, straightening pillows, when Nathan's eyes met mine. I kissed him, pretending all was normal, but he recoiled. He spoke little, ate nothing, and slept in the guest room. By morning, it was over. He sat at the kitchen table, eyes fixed on his mug, and quietly told me he wanted to end things. No shouting, no dramatic confrontation, just a final, hollow decision. I begged for explanations. He didn't need to speak. He already knew. Later, when he came back to gather his things, I stayed even though he had asked me not to. I needed to hear out loud. He told me the truth. He had seen me with Dylan in our bed. My mouth went dry. Words failed me, and I looked into his eyes that no longer held love. That wasn't a mistake, he said. That was betrayal. I pleaded for another chance, suggested therapy, apologized until my throat was raw. He shook his head. You didn't talk to me when you were unhappy. You just replaced me. I'm done. Then he left. 6 years of our life, gone in minutes, leaving me with guilt, shame, and the ruins of life I destroyed with my own hands. Dylan tried to stay, calling and texting, acting as if we were star-crossed lovers destined for something real. I couldn't bear to hear his name anymore. I blocked him. Even Kira, who had once urged me to chase excitement, looked horrified when I admitted I had brought Dylan into the home Nathan and I had built. I crashed with her for a few weeks before moving into this cramped apartment with peeling walls and rent I can barely afford. I found a new job, lower pay, but no one there knows my past. Nathan, meanwhile, is thriving. Word reached me that he earned a promotion and is seeing someone new, a woman who, from the little I've glimpsed, is everything I wasn't. She looks at him with the appreciation I foolishly discarded. Sometimes my hand hovers over my phone, tempted to send one last apology, to ask if there's even the smallest chance for us again. But I never do. He owes me nothing, not forgiveness, not closure. I lost him, our home, the future we might have built, and I lost it all for a fleeting sense of being wanted by someone who never truly knew me. The hardest part isn't the loneliness. It's the certainty that I chose this path, and there's no one else to blame.